I've squatted 600 pounds, but once you get that weight on your back, you're like, I don't know if I have this or not. And then you do. So stop doubting yourself, PDL, and just do the thing, is what I have to remind myself. All right, welcome back to Farm Fit as I get set to compete at Goliath Games, which is coming up as of recording a week from today. I started this prep January 19th. I gave myself plenty of time after giving myself an actual off season, and this is about as ready as I'm going to be. I'm in one piece. I have no major injuries. I have nagging pain, as you can expect, but nothing that's going to stop me or hinder me on the day of. I chronicled on this page how I went through a bit of a weight cut. I got down under 250 pounds at one point. It started to hamper my training. It started to affect my strength. So we brought my calories back up, my nutritionist and I've put some weight back on. I'm closer to 260 now and feeling good, feeling strong, sturdy, and held together. To say it's been an easy prep would be an understatement. This prep has come with a few more mental struggles than I think I was prepared for. I'm not quite sure why. Probably just because of what's going on in my personal life. That, as much as we say, leave it at the door when you get to the gym, that doesn't always happen. It's a nice concept. It's a good idea, but in practice, that's not always how it goes. And there are some days that your personal life just bleeds into the gym and you don't get a good session in. It sucks, but it's kind of the way it is. You just have to try to mitigate those days and limit, or at least limit them, so that they don't affect your training as a whole. And if I look back at my training, there have definitely been some ups and downs in my notes as I look back at them, but there's been a lot of positives as well. And not just for this prep, but in terms of my strongman work overall. Getting my log back up to 260 pounds was definitely a win. Feeling more comfortable with my farmer and my yoke, which is great because yoke's going to be an event at provincials. So I basically get to train yoke. I started training yoke in February for this event once I found a place to be able to train it inside. And I'm going to keep training it right through to provincials now. So there's been some changes for Goliath Games. There's more people added to the U120 group, which is fine because more people competing means there's more provincial slots available, which increases my chances of getting a qualifier at this show, which is the plan. The goal for the day of is to qualify for provincials. That is the number one goal as I sit here right now. I want my qualifier for provincials, and then I will go from there. Anything beyond that is gravy. If I podium, if I win, cool. The goal is to just get my qualifier for provincials, and then I can take the time between now and July 18th to prep for provincials. In that time, I'm still going to be involved in the strongman community as best I can if people will have me. I was at the weight pit a week ago as a referee, which was a lot of fun. I like giving back to Pav because Pav, who runs the weight pit competition, that's the show. That was the first strongman show I ever did. And I have done it every year except this year. And it was fun to help. It was fun to be there and to help give back. And it was fun to be a ref because I'm not one that's going to criticize referees, but it's nice to be on that side of it to kind of know what refs have to go through for when something goes awry when I'm competing. Because, it's easy to bitch and complain if you've never been on the other side of it. So that was a lot of fun. And I'm going to offer my services to Muskoka Mayhem, to Battle at the Brink, and to Six Nations, which are the three shows between Goliath Games and provincials. So if they'll have me out as a volunteer, I would gladly be. I'll help, I'll load, I'll referee, I'll bring drinks if I have to, whatever works. This past week was uh, I would say a good one in terms of I was not mentally into it, but my body kept up, which is a big win for me. The fact that I wasn't mentally 100% into this week, battling a bit of an illness as well, which doesn't help. You kind of get that head fog where you can't really focus. But my body still did the things, which is good. Again, mentally, that helps me know that even if I'm not 100% up here, the body will take over and do what it's supposed to. So the plan now that I'm done is deload Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and take Thursday and Friday off, weigh in potentially Friday night, and be well fed. I am still underweight, which is great news. I shouldn't have to cut this week, which is even better news. Be the first time I haven't had to cut. And get a good sleep on Friday into Saturday, and away we go. I haven't I've not left much to chance at this point. Now it's just, well, I guess I shouldn't say that because it's all going to depend on how I do and how the people around me do, but I can't control what they do. I can only control what I can do. And I know what I can do on these events, and I know what I'm going to bring on Saturday. And the rest is out of my control. That's got nothing to do with me. If I get X amount of reps on the deadlift and someone goes and does more, okay, we'll have to move on to the yoke and see if I can beat them there. There's nothing I can do about that. I can only control what I can control, and that's what I do on those events. Looking at them, the dumbbell ladder should be a good one for me. It's gone very well in training. Deadlift for reps, less so. Considering that was the one I was the most excited about. I mean, the dumbbell ladder surprised me when I started training for it. When I started doing it in this prep, I was surprised at how well it moved for me. The key for me is going to be aggressiveness because I come from powerlifting. I tend to be a little bit more methodical in my lifts. I think of them in stages, right? So for the dumbbell, I think of, okay, the clean, rest in the rack position, and then press. I need to be faster at trying to one motion them because I can do it. I have the strength. I just have to do it up here. The deadlift for reps is going to be whatever it's going to be on the day of. My deadlift since WRPF Nationals has been in the toilet. There's no other way around it. It's coming back. It's getting better. I had a big pull this week for a single, which felt good, but it's still not where I want it to be. That one's going to be a crapshoot on the day of. That one is definitely going to be whatever I get out of it, I get out of it. Yoke for 100 feet. That'll be a good run. That'll be a good one. I'm excited for that. My yoke has improved. Of all of them, I think my yoke has improved the most through training. And that's another one I just need to be a little bit more confident in. It's hard because it's so mental with me. When I get that weight on my back, I'm kind of, like, oh, I don't know if I can do this. And I have the same issue with squats. I've squatted 600 pounds, but once you get that weight on your back, you're like, I don't know if I have this or not. And then you do. So stop doubting yourself, PDL, and just do the thing is what I have to remind myself. So the yoke is another one. The yoke is going to have to be an aggressive one. I'm just going to have to get set. When I hear the whistle blow, pick it up and move. And just don't stop moving. Same with the farmers. And I did that at provincials. They were heavier at provincials than they are here. I took off like a bat out of hell, and then my grip failed me. Because this is max distance, we get to the end, turn around, come back. I'm just hoping my grip holds out to at least get one good run. And so far in training, it's been okay. I just need it to hold together and be confident in my ability to be quick. The faster I get to the end, the less I have to worry about my grip. That's the key. If I goof around and I start taking my time, then there's going to be problems. I have to just pick it and run and run and run until the wheels fall off. And then the same for the sandbag to the sled. The sandbag won't be an issue, or at least touch wood, it shouldn't be an issue to pick it and run with it. Again, I did that at provincials. I tipped it, picked it, ran, and I was off like a shot. And then the sled didn't move. And that was my own fault mostly because I wasn't wearing the proper footwear. This time around, I'm a little bit more educated. I'm a little bit more prepared. And it'll be a matter of what I have left. If this is the order we're going in, dumbbell, deadlift, yoke, farmers, and sandbag, it's a sled, that's going to be the true test of where my conditioning is and where I need it to be for provincials. I won't know until I try to do it to see how much I have left in the tank. But I can tell you that last event, I'm not going to leave anything on the floor. I mean, I'm going to leave it all on the floor. I'm not going to leave any question about what I had left. I'm going to leave it all out there. Outside of that, I'm really excited. I'm excited to start my season. I'm excited to see everybody again. I'm excited to compete again. Being there as a referee at the weight pit last weekend reminded me of the fun it can be and the fun it should be. Because that's what I lost sight of last year. Last year, it got to a point where it wasn't very fun. And as I've always said, when it stops being fun, you're not going to see me doing it anymore. Well, I want to keep doing it. So I got to make it fun again. And this prep has been fun. I'm excited to do this show and see everybody and have some fun with it. And I'm already in a better mood because of that. So this is a short episode, but my last check-in. The next episode I do will be a Goliath Games recap in about a week and a bit. So until then, I want to also say thank you to Sean for sitting down with me and talking about how he has helped put together Goliath Games. You can find that. I'm going to link it in the description below. I hope. I'll probably forget. But thank you, Sean, for sitting down and talking to me about Goliath Games and putting it together and your thoughts on the provincial events. I am hoping to do the same with Marshall, who is running Muskoka, and Andrew Wilson, who runs Battle at the Brink. I'd like to interview both of them as we get closer to their events, and then Paul Longboat for his Six Nations event that he does in Caledonia in June. I'd like to talk to them and get their thoughts on putting together their own shows and what goes into it. And then their thoughts on the provincial events, because everybody that puts shows together competes as well. That's how this whole thing goes, is we're all kind of in it together. So I'd like to get their thoughts on it. And you guys let me know if there's anybody you'd like to see me talk to. Give me your honest feedback on how the interview went and what you'd like to see done differently. But until then, I am going to go rest. I am going to book myself a stretch appointment because I am tight, kind of all over, and now I'm yawning, which is so very unprofessional of me. But that's it. That's been a long prep, but let's go. So stay strong, and I will see you guys next time.